Hey friends, my name is Oleg, this is Mr. Bond, welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to do a full review of Boldr Venture Field Watch. This is the, from my understanding, second edition of Boldr Venture. The first one was a quartz movement watch, and this one is the automatic watch. I think I'm kind of late with this review. I've seen quite a few reviews pop up on YouTube of this watch, but I'll do my best to do a thorough review of it. Before we get started with the review, I just want to mention one thing to you. The fact that Boldr has provided this watch for the review and we don't have to send it back. We get to keep it. Of course, that doesn't affect the review in any way. I just want to be transparent. Now let's talk about the dimensions of the watch. It has a diameter of 38 millimeters, a lug-to-lug distance of 44 millimeters, a lug width of 20 millimeters, and it's only 12 millimeters thick. Here's what the watch looks like on my 7.5-inch wrist. I think for the most part this watch fits really well, although it does fit small. If you have large wrists or if you're into large watches, this one is not for you. However, for smaller to medium-sized wrists, and if you prefer smaller-sized watches, this one is a perfect choice. It's a very comfortable and light watch, weighing only 60 grams. Now, part of the reason why this watch is so light is because of the case material. So this is a titanium case watch. The finish on the watch is great. So it has this muted finish. It's a brushed finish, almost looks like a sandblasted finish. It gives it nice stealthy look, especially in this, they call it jungle green color combination. I should also mention that this watch is available in a few different colors. You have a white dial, blue dial, black dial, and of course this green dial. The green dial is my favorite out of the bunch. When you get a review sample, you don't get to choose which color combination you want. They choose for you and they send it. And I think I got lucky with this jungle green. The case has an interesting shape with a lot of sharp angles. I quite like this shape. It looks complicated yet simple at the same time. I also really like drilled lug holes. I think more companies should do drilled lug holes. It's not that difficult to do, but it makes changing straps so much easier. The crown is at the 4 o'clock position. It's a screw down crown helping with that 200 meters of water resistance. The grip on the crown is great. It's easy to operate, easy to move, and of course the crown is powering the movement of the watch. The movement in this one is the Seiko NH35. Do I need to say more? It has 24 joules, beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour, has 21 hours of power reserve. It's hackable and hand-windable watch. This one here is running fairly accurately. I'm getting within 8 seconds per day. There is, however, one small negative that I have with Boldr using this Seiko NH35 movement, and it's the fact that the dial doesn't have a date window cutout, which is a good thing. In my opinion, this watch doesn't need a date window. It looks perfectly balanced without one. However, using a Seiko NH35 movement that has a date complication creates a ghost position. What do I mean by the ghost position? When you pull out the crown to the first position, that's the position to change the date. However, there is no date, so you have to pull out to the second position. Not a big deal for most people. I just mentioned this in every watch that has Seiko NH35 movement but doesn't have a date window, so of course I'm gonna mention it for this one. Now, whenever I mention this negative, people always ask, well, Oleg, what's the better alternative instead of the Seiko NH35? There's a movement called Seiko NH38. Pretty much identical movement to this, except for it doesn't have a date complication. So using that movement would be the better choice. Again, not a big deal, but a negative for me personally. Taking a look at the caseback. The caseback is a screw-down caseback, helping again with that 200 meters of water resistance. It's not an overly complicated caseback, but the overall design is fairly attractive. It has that X in the middle, it's embossed, and then it has Boldr logo right in the middle and a bunch of writing around the caseback. The crystal on the watch is a sapphire crystal. It gives it great viewing angles. You can tell what time it is pretty much from any angle, has very little glare. It also has very little separation between the case and the crystal. That's one of the telltale signs of poor quality of a watch. If you see a large gap between the crystal and the case, Boldr did a good job with this one. Looking at the dial is of course a field watch style dial with the outer Arabic numerals going up to 12 and the inner portion of Arabic numerals going up to 24 hours. It doesn't have much writing, just Boldr logo by the 12 o'clock position, Venture automatic, and 200 meters of water resistance by the 6 or the 18 hours mark. The watch has a pretty solid loom. Here's a loom shot for you. I think this is a great loom and it lasts for a pretty long time. It has these syringe style hands. The hand side execution is good. I also really like that pop of orange color on the tip of the second hand. The second hand is also long enough, so it reaches out all the way to the minute running track. Boldr Venture comes on a NATO strap. The NATO strap quality is pretty good. It's comfortable, it gets the job done, and having a field watch on a NATO strap just makes sense. However, for me personally, for some reason, I prefer this watch on a leather strap. When I put it on a leather strap, when I put it on my wrist, it just felt right. So for my personal preference, I wore it on a leather strap. However, for this review, I chose to review it on the original NATO. So what are my overall thoughts on this watch? I really like it. I think it's a great little watch. Now, $300 is the price of this one. At that price with the Seiko NH35 movement, it doesn't make it a fantastic value for money proposition. However, the titanium case, the overall quality, the overall finish of the watch is great. So if you've been looking for a good field watch and you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a pretty good option. A couple of suggestions for Boldr. Number one, maybe include a leather strap or a canvas strap when you sell one of these watches. I think that would be a very welcomed addition. Maybe reduce the price by $50. Again, I'm not sure how feasible it is, but I've seen that they had that Christmas sale a few weeks ago, and these watches were, I think, 20% off or 25% off. If I were you and I'd be interested in buying this watch, I'd email Boldr before buying one and see if they would provide you the same discount as they did for the holiday sale. Just write them a quick email, say, hey, I noticed that you used to have that sale for 20% off. Can you still provide that offer? And you have nothing to lose. Maybe they'll provide you with a discount code, maybe not. I personally don't have any discount codes to give, but maybe I'll send an email to Boldr and see if they can provide a discount code. If they do, I'll leave it in the description below or in the comment section. I appreciate you watching this video until the end. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss reviews like this in the future. And leave a comment in a comment section below. Let me know what you think about this Boldr Venture. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you picking one up? Leave all those thoughts below. I always enjoy reading your comments. By the way, today on my wrist I'm wearing Jeanneau Ocean Rover. Certainly a controversial watch. I did a full review on this watch. That video can be found on the YouTube channel. I will also leave a link to it in the description below. Also in the description below, there are two other links. Number one, there is a link to Bond NATO straps. That's right, we're offering good quality NATO straps now. So if you're looking for a great quality NATO and want to support the channel at the same time, that's a good way to do it. And the second link is a secret link. Have a look if you're curious. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Okay. This one.